I was going to take a little time to talk to you about personal personal things. Personal things. As you can see, I'm taking care of my personal hygiene and stuff. I'm about to get ready to go out today. I'm about to get ready to take my kids to school. You know, my child to school. One of them don't got school. And I know today is going to be a long day, but I want to talk about personal items like this. For example, this is what I hold my personal cards in that I use. Okay, like I'm going to start locking up my Social Security card with those numbers on there, because those numbers are so personal. When I woke up, I had found it laying inside my foot. I found my Social Security personal bag that I carry with me. I'm gonna have to start putting it up, locking it away, because I don't want people getting to that. That's something that no one should have. It's your personal Social Security number and your personal identification numbers like driver's license and stuff. My driver's license is not suspended. I have not driven since 2014. That's how long I have not driven. The reason why is because of my heart problem. Okay? But personal stuff like this, they got all the cards in there, all your Social Security numbers and things like that. I'm not gonna, just personal stuff like this, it's just personal things. Personal things like this, you can see some of my Social Security card, but you can't see it all. My Cash App card, you could see. Just personal cards you could see. You know what I'm saying? Things that people don't need to know, those things like that needs to be locked away. USB drives and stuff, you know, things like that. This USB drive and stuff, things that you keep your work on and stuff like that, because I do write a lot of things. I do a lot of writing. I've been doing it throughout time. But them are things that needs to be kept in some type of lockbox or some type of safe, because a lot of people don't need your work unless it's published and copyrighted. A lot of people don't need to see what you're coming up with, because some of them take advantage. Your stuff will be out before you. Your ideas will be out before you. Your identity is so important. No one should really have that ID, their driver's license or Social Security numbers, the main two numbers, and your birth certificate number. Nobody's supposed to really have that but you, and probably your mother, your parent. Well, your parents should have it for sure, because they gave birth to you. But other stuff that's in this person, nobody should have. This is my driver's license. I'm going to flash it real quick. You can see that it says driver's license. You can read it backwards. But that stuff you should not really see. It's a driver's license, so I do drive. Yeah. It's going to be backwards a little. But no, that's things that you should not see unless you're being stopped by the police. The police would normally have that type of information, like your driver's license number or something like that, because I do drive. So, those are personal things that people shouldn't even see. I had to flash it real quick. But that is what's in here. And the landlord shouldn't even be up inside your bank account. Sometimes landlords don't need to know how much money you got from other states. The government sometimes don't need to know all of that. Why? Because they not giving it to you. So it's going to be a lot of things in politics that's going to change in the future. First of all, it's not fraud. If you coming from another state and you already had some money, or someone is paying you child support, that's not fraud. Because first of all, during that time when I was getting the money that I was getting in 2022, I was not on Section A. So it's not fraud. So actually, I don't need to tell them anything about the money that I did have. Okay? It's not fraud because I wasn't on Section A. And it's not fraud. It's not fraud because I was not getting anything during that time that I could remember. You know. So that's why I was saying some people don't need to know your business. Some of them landlords be jealous. They don't need to know what state you come from. If you are a black person from any type of wealthy family and they're white and they're prejudiced, or Latinas or Latins and they prejudiced, they don't need to know too much about where you come from, what family backings family financial backings you come from. Okay? Because that's how I was getting myself in trouble out here in Tucson, Arizona. No one need to know exactly what type of family financial backings you come from. Me, I did not come from a broke family. I did not. I came from the west side of Chicago, Illinois. And a lot of those people on the west side, once you get to the west side, to the suburbs and stuff of Chicago, around Oak Park and all them other type of areas, the Austin area, them black people over there most of them are segregated. Most of them got money. Most of them own houses. Most of them are well financed. I had my ex best friend that used to stay on the west side with me. But I never went through Nicole's Macklin purse. I never went through her family stuff. I never went through none of that. And that's what you call a best friend. A best friend don't have to do no investigation. Oh, I already know her. I don't need to do no investigation. I know what side she come from. We came from both the same sides, but she never been at all my family's properties to know everything that they own. She never been at all of them. She just been at probably one of them. And plus, when I was living around Flournoy and Harrison, Albany area, my mom was just renting an apartment there. But that don't mean that my family didn't have any money, you know. So she have not been to all of the houses that my family members did own back in the 90s, back in the 80s, and back in the 70s. And she have not been through back in the 60s. She was not 60. She wasn't even around the type of thing. And that's good she wasn't around it because it wasn't her business. Some things you shouldn't know. You know, some things you don't need to know. And that's what I was trying to basically let those people in the office at the Catalina Ridge know, the apartments in Tucson, Arizona. It ain't your business to know everything. It's not your business. You have to manage your business. It ain't for you to know how much money or what side of the street she come from. It's not your business. As long as you could get in your rent, you getting that utility payment, as long as the electric bill being payment, it ain't even nothing to talk about. It's paid. All of it's paid. It ain't even nothing to talk about. It ain't nothing to talk about how broke or dirty or busted you are. As long as you are taking care of your children, you feeding them, you clothing them, they in school the way they supposed to be, their health is good, it ain't nothing to talk about. First of all, I'm 42 years old. I owe no explanations to no one. I owe no explanations. And going through my purse, I mean, you got this little girl up in the office, and I'm gonna go ahead and put on spot. Her name is Kaylee at the Carolina Red. She don't even like me, and she's a young thing. She's a young thing. I think she's probably a cop or something, cause I could tell by the way she act. She act like I'm always doing something wrong, And I don't like people like that. I really don't. Stop thinking that black people is doing something wrong. Get your complexing. I was here before her. I was here before Kaylee. And you got the nerve to walk whisper through my house and hide the police at the event. They had the police at the event like the police was going to arrest me. And then she made herself known when she she flipped up the garbage. She made herself notice so I could look at her. First of all, I don't need to know that you're a police officer. She came in with her uniform showing out. First of all, you don't need no police officer at no event. Okay? You don't need no... First of all, I'm older than Kaylee. I'm 42? I think this little Kaylee person, and Kaylee, my cousin's name is Verena Lee. She ain't even related to us. That was a white lady. Kaylee is a white lady. She ain't related to us. Verena Lee is my cousin. And Curlin Lee is my mother. So that's who my family are right there. I can list a rest of them. And they don't have to have the same last name as me. My name is Hans. My last name is Hans. But my mama's name is Lee. The last name. So actually, maybe she got that name from her mother. You never know. That last name from her mother. Her mother was married. My grandma was married. Both of my grandmoms are married. So our names change when we're married. My name that I use out here in Tucson, Arizona is House. Tarina House. That's because I'm still married. I'm still a married woman. I'm still married. So I shouldn't even be looking at no office, no men anyway. I shouldn't even be browsing the internet looking at nobody until I get my divorce. I shouldn't be dating nobody, actually. I'm a married woman. Same thing with my husband, Emily's house. He shouldn't have been browsing the internet. That's committing adultery. And God is going to take care of him on that because first of all, he was married. And if he got any kids out there, any legitimate kids out there, he was married. Again, confidential. That man is married. You don't supposed to touch him. He's married. That was my husband. That Emily's house was my husband. That was my husband. He was a married man, and they did not respect that. A lot of women don't respect married couples. They don't respect the wife. They always blame the wife for the problem. When it's him out there searching. It's him that's out there giving up. So actually, it ain't me. I don't control what my husband doing. Check this out. The girl was so mad at me. The girl that he was cheating with was so mad at me as the wife. She started to come after me talking about, well, it's your fault for this, and okay, it ain't my fault he got you pregnant. If he got you pregnant, that is your damn fault. You was messing with a married man. If you caught any type of diseases or viruses or anything from a married man, or something happens to the wife, that was his fault. That fall back on him. Why? Because we were married. So if she's getting mad at him getting mad at me because something that he made or did to her, that's not my fault. You were messing with a married man. He was committing adultery. You both was too personal. I'm going to talk about the word personal. Too personal. You were messing with a married man. That's why you got pregnant by a married man, because you were in bed with a married man. That's probably why you caught a virus or a disease or any STD that man probably had, is because he probably got it from her and probably brought it to the wife and everything else. It's a lot of things that happen with these men out here. That's why you still wear a condom. You wear a condom. A lot of married women catch diseases and viruses from the men that they're married to because they did not wear a condom. They trust their husband so much that they probably become infected. But still, if you're married, wear a condom. If you got married, wear a condom. Do not be naive and believe the stuff that a man will tell you. Even if he married you and say he love you, don't believe all the things that he say, because men, they roam around. Most of them do. I have some of them, it's just a few men on this earth that's probably the best men to marry that will actually tell you the truth. That will actually be truthful. Not a lot of men are like that. Show you proof where they at. Show you that, these are details. This is where I've been. A lot of men don't do that. A lot of men do not do that. They don't show proof of where they at. They don't introduce you to other lady friends. And if they do introduce you to a lady friend, pray that that's their family members. And pray that that's just a friend instead of a whore, something he got off the streets. That he's trying to lie and say that that's his cousin or his long lost sister. She was adopted before, and I just got back in touch. It's crazy how some men lie. They be saying, oh, this my cousin, or this my adopted sister that I haven't seen in a long time. Yeah, that's your sister. It's just things they say. Oh, that's my auntie. Oh, do you kiss your auntie like this? Once you do catch it, or hire a personal investigator to come after him and see a spy, see what he's doing. Turns out, do you kiss your auntie like this? Do you kiss your cousin like this? Do you kiss your sister like this? And then you have some pictures right there, and he's tongue kissing her, or he's naked with her. You'll be surprised when men lie. Some of them men be lying. You'll be surprised about what they say. Like I said, personal. Committing adultery is a personal sin. And God does not like personal sins like that. That's a sin to commit adultery. It's personal. It's a personal feeling of how you feeling about your wife and some other woman or some other man. It's personal. It's lust. That's not his girlfriend. That's lust. That's not her boyfriend. That's lust. That's somebody that's just making her feel good for her to feel accepted. That's all it was. That's all lust is. It's just a person that wants to feel pleasure and feel accepted and get the urges quenched that they are looking to quench. It's like a damn Gatorade. Once you drink up that Gatorade, you ain't thirsty. Once you drink about 2 of them, you ain't thirsty no more. That's how sex is. Once you go out there and have sex with multiple women or multiple men, because you got people that swing both ways, you all sexed out now. You don't want no more sex. Then you go home and whatever you caught from those nasty people out there, that's if they do got something, you giving it to your wife. So sometimes it's not the wife's fault. Or sometimes you got a woman out there that does the same thing as a man. Go out there and cheat. And once she done with all those men or women, because some people are bisexual, you'll be surprised. They done. They go home, and they give it to their man. Okay, you got some women out there that's like that. That can really tell a good lie. Say where she was and stuff. Oh, you said you was here, but when I called there, or when I called that store, you weren't even there. I called the store, you weren't there. I called your friend's house. You weren't there. I called your family member. You weren't there. So therefore, you lied. You know? So now she got to try to cover that up and try to see what she can hide under the glove now. And then the glove just takes off, and next thing you know she has been out there caught. She bought you back something that you didn't like, and now y'all both at the clinic trying to figure out how you can get rid of something or how you can cure it. And what if it's no cure, you know? Or what if you're just a temporary cure, but you still having after symptoms, after effect symptoms. You having after symptoms now. You can cure one disease, one virus, one disease that you can cure. One disease you can cure. I'm going to leave it at the STDs. You can cure one STD. But still, your body may function a different way because of that STD. Like if you catch chlamydia or gonorrhea or something like that, or some type of HPV, that's a virus right there. Your body, herpes, your body now is reacting to those diseases and viruses you caught. So therefore, it's chances that you could probably get pregnant, chances you cannot get pregnant. Some people get pregnant through HIV. Some people it could happen. Some people could still get pregnant. It could happen. But then you don't want to deal with something really deadly like AIDS. You don't want to deal with that. There's so many people that's dying of AIDS out there. It's just crazy. There's so many people that's dying of hepatitis and dying of so much viruses out there that's wiping out the nation. You don't want to deal with it. It's just best to just let your partner know how you feel. Wear a glove, wear a condom, or don't do it at all. Don't do it at all. Because you don't want to risk the fact of catching a personal virus, a personal disease. Them viruses are more deadly than any disease out there. Those viruses are killers. Okay? It's a killer like stress. You die from a virus, or you can die from stress too. It happens. Heart issues. Some people die of heart issues because the way they eat, or they worry, they stress. Sometimes it's not about what you eat. It's about stress. It's the depression that you go through that can kill. Depression and stress is a killer too, honey. Having anxiety could be a killer. Always worrying. That could lead up to stress and depression. You could die. It bothers your mindset. It bothers your heart. It bothers your bloodstream. It bothers your appetite. Some people, when they so depressed, they eat so much of the wrong food, they end up catching diabetes. Or end up having heart issues. All because of that depression and that stress. Stress and depression, that's what it does. It makes you eat. It makes you drink. It makes you do things that you are overwhelmed over. That's what it does. And that's something you have to control. But again, this is my personal belongings. My personal belongings up in there. I keep it with me. Oh, I got a little ink on that. Got a little ink. I've been trying to scrub that ink off for the longest. But this is my new purse. You know, my new purse that I have bought to keep on me, because I don't like carrying all that stuff. I don't like carrying all that stuff. I just carry a backpack, my little cane, and my little purse like this, and I just walk on out. But yeah, I got a long day today, so I'm gonna cut this video off, and I'm gonna get going.